The NHL striking an official partnership deal with Kalshi and Polymarket. This is the first major sports league to partner with the prediction market. And joining us right now to talk about it is Tarek Mansour, who is the CEO and co-founder of Kalshi. And Tarek, thank you for joining us this morning. This is a big deal. It's the first of the major sports leagues to actually sign a partnership like this. And I guess I wonder, how did this come about?
Well, I totally agree. You know, this is a big deal. A Big Four league like the NHL signing a partnership with Kalshi is a testament, I think, to our market leadership, our astronomical growth this year. And I would say the golden standard of market integrity and customer protection that we have established over the last few years. I think it's a seminal moment for prediction markets and Kalshi because, a league like the NHL partnering with us is a strong sign that prediction markets are here to stay.
There are already people looking at this. The Wall Street Journal wrote this up and suggested that this is a real assault on the sports books like FanDuel and DraftKings. Do you see it the same way?
I don't really think about that in that way. I mean, look, I think there is a business model disruption here. And we've seen it, with, for example, Airbnb and hotels. We've seen it with Uber and taxis. And so when there is fundamental technological disruption, technology that transforms an industry, I mean, there are sometimes critics or dissidents that come about, and that's part of the course. What we're really focused on is, building really good product, building it fast, and improve the market diversity for our customers, which we're leading on all three, and we're going to work hard to keep doing that.
There have been challenges because while the sports books are not allowed throughout the nation, you all are being offered right now everywhere in America. There are 30 to 40, there are sports contracts in all 50 states, even those that restrict the betting on the standard sports books. And there have been some lawsuits that have come from this, an outcry from the gambling industry groups, legal challenges coming from state regulators, and some senators who are taking up against this as well. How assured are you that this can continue in all 50 of those states?
We're very confident in our regulated structure and our regulated setup. We've worked for years with the CFC to regulate prediction markets and, develop a framework for customer protection and market integrity.
This is a fake Roaring Kitty who has 3.1. I thought it was million. It's thousand, so it's not Roaring Kitty. But what he said is correct.
Okay. Tarek, let's go back to that. This idea that on a federal basis, it has been legalized by the CFTC, but there isn't. That's not to say that there aren't politics there. If there was a change at the CFTC, that could make it more complicated. How confident are you that this can remain something that you can legally do throughout the country?
Yeah, we are confident and comfortable with our regulatory setup. So we spent years working with the federal government to regulate prediction markets. And when we think about the announcement today, the NHL deal is really about that. It's essentially a validation of the fact that we have established the right set of customer protection and the right set of market integrity measures to protect our markets, but also the game. To enable this product to thrive in all 50 states. That's why we're seeing the sort of type of customer growth that we're seeing on Kalshi. Today we're at $1 billion of monthly transaction volume. And so we're excited to see that keep growing.
Yeah, it's been growing rapidly. In fact, Kalshi and Polymarket saw notional trading volume rise above $2 billion for the first time last week, in the week that ended last week. Most of your most popular trading categories at this point are sports, correct? Back in 2024, it was mostly politics. Now in 2025, the last list I saw has something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 8 of the top 10 are sports categories, led by the NFL and then secondarily NCAA football.
Look, I mean, I think there's seasonality to prediction markets. So last year, at the end of the year, our most popular category was elections. Mid this year, we had a lot of volume around when there's a lot of market volatility, financials and economics. And now we're seeing a lot of volume around sports. It really depends on what's top of mind and what's trending in people's mind and what people have opinions about or what people want to hedge. Actually, this last week, we've seen quite a bit of volume on sports, and you may have seen the announcement from Underdog, who is going to be hedging some of their positions. So leading sportsbook hedging, laying off risk on Kalshi, which is very much the purpose of these markets. But we're also seeing a rise in volume and things around policy. For example, the government shutdown, where we're seeing startups such as Arrived Homes also hedging some of their risk on the government shutdown.
And what is the latest on the government shutdown? What does the prediction market tell you in terms of when this might end?
So we're forecasting 41.5 days, so 42 days for the government shutdown, which would make it the longest in history.
Wow. Tarek, I have to ask you, if the NHL is doing this and this deal has been out there, I assume you're in talks with some of the other major sports leagues as well. Is that a correct assumption?
It is a correct assumption. I think, what we have done here, and this is what's most important, we have set up a framework for us to collaborate with a Big Four league like the NHL, and really they're kind of taking a market leadership position here, and how we develop data sharing to combat fraud, to ensure customer protection, and to preserve market integrity. And I think that same framework that Kalshi has developed with the NHL can be replicated across the other leagues. So be on the lookout for more announcements soon.
And you're paying a licensing fee. Will you tell us what that licensing fee is?
We're not sharing specifics of the deal, but really what we're getting out of this is a little bit of a makeover on the product. So if customers log on to Kalshi today, what they'll see is, we're using the marks. So the product looks a little bit more beautiful than it looked yesterday, and we're very excited about that. And what the NHL is getting is our whole suite of customer protection and market integrity measures that will help them preserve the important integrity of their game.